From the earliest edges of recorded time, people had sought to make more of their lives than satisfying the everyday necessities of food and drink, clothing and shelter. The universal desire for something beautiful, something ordered and in good taste, is expressed in architecture, the arts, sports, the varying patterns of hospitality. In these designs for living, there are impressive parallels everywhere in this truly wonderful world.
When you talk about the Big Bang, or when you talk about what used to happen, what happened when the Mosai was creating, it was tom-toms. It was vibration. So when the rain falls, it is drumming. You're hearing the song. You're hearing the vibration. Art is a lot of work. You understand? Because an artist, a person who is drawing, it comes from the mind. A person who wants to write a song, it comes from the mind. A person who wants to build a shoe, how he's going to build a shoe, it comes from the mind. So it starts from within you, the inspiration.
When you have a house, a lot went into you owning that house. A lot of sweat, a lot of pride, a lot of tears. See, that's part of our culture, that sailing boat in the corner. We don't have much flat lands in St. Vincent. So wherever we could put a house on the mountain, wherever we could fit it in between the rocks, we paint it, we make it look good, because that's our castle.
Well, my name is Adrian Cadogan. I like to say that's my slave name because I go by the name Tari Taranjaya. That's one of my brands. I'm a visual and performance artist. My strong point is writing. I also do photography and filmmaking. I'm a student of history. I study wars. I make things. Well, art is like food, and that's what I love about art, is that art is imagination. And the greatest nation is imagination. That's it. I like to imagine things, and I like people with imagination, and I like to see stuff from a different point of view, from an abstract.
I plant cabbage, lettuce, tomatoes, eggplant, and hot pepper, flavor pepper, bell peppers. And I also have pigeon peas. And just planting those stuff and watch them grow. I like the feeling to say, yes, I planted this and I'm eating it. I love that feeling.
You have the river, you have the sea. You don't have to spend money. You can go to the sea and throw a line, catch a fish, come back up, you get your yam. You get your vegetables. You cook. You eat. You're happy.
After we finish in the corals, we usually do some free diving sometimes, just to go some free snorkeling. So when we was doing that now, I saw a bunch of shells packed up in one bulk, in one area. Then you see another one like that, and I say that's not humans doing that. That's like have to be some sort of fish. Technically, it's like they have their own world and they do their own things. You see, because each one have to help one to do something. And then after when you just sit back and absorb, and you see the peacefulness in the water, and like it's unbelievable. Believe me, it's like anxiety is up or whatever, and you know the whole wall is like it's feel like it's squeezing and pressing onto you, and you're just like you're down there. You just feel free. You just feel a peace of mind.
The fact that, okay, well, back in their country, they say, oh, people are not this friendly, and you and the Vincentian public, they're so friendly and easy to talk to. I love hearing them say that. I love to hear them say that.
We Vincentian locals, we might say the client might be a little rusty when they come. That's just a local term.
Like how I come like rusty.
Rusty.
And then after, that's what if you wait until he done.
Like rusty, like it looks bad?
Yes.
So the folks in Pitibidel, the folks in Chateaubalais, the folks in Rosebank, they are fishers. They don't have food. They are not farmers. Blessed love, blessed love. They are not farmers. So what they do? They take the fish and they come to Rosal. We take our provision and we exchange fish for food. We barter. Their way of making nets or their way of making a fish basket, I don't know. That's a technical thing. That's an art. I can't do it. I can make a drum. They can't do it. You understand?
On a drive round the island, they stopped to talk to fishermen, and Prince Philip inspected some of the catch.
So what is the most beautiful thing?
It's this place in St. Vincent. You know, sometimes you live somewhere and it's like you've now seen it for the first time. It's like it's something from a book. You don't expect to see something like that exist. That was my personal feeling. It was like, wow, is this really here?
It's like a sense of wonder.
Yep.
Kingstown, St. Vincent, the Britannia came to anchor at the new Deepwater Wharf. It was Sunday morning, and the Queen drove through gaily decorated streets to St. George's Cathedral, where she was received by the Bishop of the Windward Islands.
Chicken. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Terry. Let's start this interview. Is it your chicken?
Yep. And it lays. People should be getting kinder and kinder because there are more resources, there are more technology. But these old men in the world pushing the war machines, you know. And it's old people doing that. Old people, I'm not talking about age, but old as mentality, old as thinking, you know. Old as, I'm gonna leave this world soon, so I'm gonna see how much damage I can create. I'll leave behind.
Oh, I'm telling you, I love this island.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I like Bonnie. I love Bonnie Sanders. I love him.
You like Bernie?
Yeah, I start to like him again. I didn't like him
No, I
during
think,
the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I didn't like him, but he is really.
I think he want to be more active than Biden right now.
Biden is sinner.
Come on.
Biden is a brain dead
I
motherfucker.
think Bonnie want to do
Biden
the job
falling
right
up
now.
every fucking
Say
minute.
what you like. No.
Biden forgetting
No,
his
it's
word.
the rope.
But
Is climate change something you're worried about?
Yes, very much so, because it has increase the number of storms affecting our islands on a yearly basis, cause the sea to behave abnormally. In times past, when we expected to have calm weather, we now have rough weather. So I don't see it getting better until we have the amount of carbon emission cut drastically. I don't see it getting any better.
They'll be eating a snack, and I don't like to see people do that, and then they just take it and just throw it away, and it's like, come on, somebody have to go and pick that up. That's going to end up in the river where your children, where you yourself go and wash your clothes, and it's going to end up in the sea where you or your children or your grandchildren are going to go and take a sea bath. And the trash doesn't only come from our streets, well, like when people throw their garbage in the drains, it comes from other villages as well, because the water takes everything to the ocean.
My art is political, you could say, because my art was really about industrialized countries dumping their, even sometimes toxic waste in these small islands and industrial waste, because we buy sewing machines, we buy washing machines, we buy cars, stereos, we don't produce any of them. When they is no longer useful, we have no way of recycling them or repurposing them. So all that's going to end up in a landfill and mess up our environment.
Of course, if one chooses, he may escape from the bright sun and sip iced drinks in the cool Spanish Arctic patio.
You could do well if the fish is running. I find that over the past years, we have had to go further out to sea because a lot of the trees around the coastline, people cut them down to set coal pits, not knowing that in so doing, you're making the water along the shoreline much warmer because the shade is gone. And as the shade goes, so goes the feed, so goes the fish. So now you have to go deeper to catch less fish than you were catching 10 years ago, closer to the shore.
Ships go with shipbuilding, and St. Vincent is known throughout the 7 seas for its master shipbuilders. Seems like everyone and his brother in St. Vincent knows how to build boats.
It is a dying art form because the older people who knew about putting the nets together, the majority of them are dead. There's only one guy here who could build a boat now, and one guy here who could mend a net. The others are gone. And it won't be too long before this becomes a dead culture.
If you're over in England, you get depressed. I believe you get depressed. I say the only group of people will say, look, other than my uncle, my auntie, once you're Caribbean, you know, you meet up a Caribbean and maybe a few black people I will see and they will say, but white people.
Here, do you want to just pull it down your shirt?
Tourists come to your country. They don't come here to enjoy a hot dog. They don't come here to enjoy a hamburger. They come here to see your food, to see your culture, to see what you have to offer. So when tourists come to our country, we are supposed to showcase our talent. We are supposed to showcase our indigenous culture that make us unique. We have to be able to attract people by packaging our culture.
What do you think of Americans? What's your perception of Americans?
For me, being a Caribbean native, America is to visit and come back.
So now, sir, you have been to St. Vincent.
Yeah,
You haven't been much places out of the lovely one.
that's true.
But from what you have seen, how you think St. Vincent is? especially
Beautiful.
okay, apart from the natural beauty,
Yeah.
the forestry, the hills and valleys, the waterfalls, the easy access
Yeah.
to the beach and thing. Apart from that, what do you think about St. Vincent?
The warm waters of the Caribbean beat softly upon the coral sands.
Is what could St. Vincent do to mitigate global warming? We don't have any big factories, we don't have any mines, we don't have anything that would cause big amounts of carbon to be released into the atmosphere. But we are the ones who are suffering from climate change. We have seen the sea encroach on the land up to 50 feet in some places. And this is in the past 10, 15 years. If it continues at this rate, we're in for serious, serious run. Many small islands that used to be floating in the sea are now covered, completely covered over with water. Who knows how much more it is going to take before it is all finished.
Boarding our flying clipper ship again, the motors roar, the checkered flag signals all is clear ahead, and off we go to add more thrilling experiences to our trip.
I'm fishing to make my living to my family. And you know the good book say, every day is fishing day, but not every day is catching day. And right now, fish are scarce to bite because the good book say the time will come when the fish will take away from man. And the fish, all of them, they're gone in the deep. So they had more fish in the sea now than before because less fish get die. And they're still breeding.
The last time I really wondered was when I saw the video with that aircraft went down in the sea at Beckway.
The one that people died on?
Yes. When I saw that video, I was like, and then I saw the aircraft in a pic. It was like a fish. Yeah, it looked like a fish. The aircraft went down a Beckway.
American.
Yeah, and the two children and the pilot. Yeah. When I saw the picture of the aircraft, it actually looked like a fish. And then I saw the video. Somebody captured the video when it was going down. And it looked like when a fish was going. Like, fish don't belong in the sky. They belong in the sea.
There's flying fish.
Amen. Yeah, but even if they fly from the sea back in the sky, back into the sea. My condolences to that family, those families.
Vincent is freedom. Freedom. And if you want to experience freedom, just come to Vincent. I'm not marking Vincent, but I'm not saying okay, come on, China, but I'm just telling you that just a peace of mind, freedom. Come to Vincent, and you will see what I'm talking about.
So what is the most beautiful thing?
In St. Vincent? Well, the most beautiful thing is what we enjoy now, the summer. The summer is a beautiful thing. I enjoy the rain too.
So I asked Nzimbu to come to Rosal to help me to revive the drumming. He said, Sally, you can't pay me, but pay my passage come. So I paid his passage for 2 weeks to come to Rosal for a workshop. And out of that, there were over 40-something children. And we went throughout North Leeward. We do moonlight walks. We do drumming. We do things we call moonlight tilili. Reviving back the drum again. I hear the voice of my ancestors calling. Come home, come home, children, woman, abroad. I hear the voice of my ancestors calling. Come home, children, woman, abroad. I hear the voice of my ancestors calling.